Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Michelle here. If you're new here, hey, welcome. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join this family here. I'm just so excited to sit down and film this video, guys. I just truly want to encourage you guys to really take God at his word, because if he's able to do it for me, he is more than capable to do it for you as well. I really just want to encourage you guys to really believe God, to encourage myself. Use this video as a reference point whenever I feel down, whenever I feel depressed, whenever I feel like God isn't listening to my prayers. This video will serve as a reference point, and I want it to be your reference point as well if you also desire to find your own place and to just move into your own space and just to really start life, okay? But before we get into the video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, okay? It is free. It is free. Share in the goodness of God with me. Give this video a thumbs up, and yeah, let's get into the video. I want to start off by reading the scripture for you guys. It is basically what the foundation of this entire video is on, and it is Matthew 7 verse 7, which says, "Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened to you." Okay, period. But yeah, that is the basis of this entire video. If you want something from God, if you desire something from God, truly ask him. What is stopping us from making our requests known? The way this entire thing happened, it was just all God. Before I keep rambling, let me get into how God blessed me with my dream apartment. So let's go back to the year 2020. COVID time, because that's when I had this desire to move out, okay? At this point, I had gone to college. I've lived away from my parents before. I've lived away from home before. But it was because of school. There was a purpose in that. So in 2020, I really felt this desire to just want to start my life, you guys. And I will share my journals, because I journal. If you don't journal, girl, this is your sign to start journaling, because once again, it's a reference point. So basically, in my journal, I stated that I had this desire to move out. And it all stemmed from just being on YouTube and watching this amazing woman of God, Ann Lynn. Back then, her channel's name was Girl in the Word, and she was basically living in LA in her apartment, her beautiful apartment, and she was just sharing her story, her journey with God, and how she was just decorating her apartment. Literally, she was giving me the feels. She was giving me, Michelle, you need to move out. She was encouraging me to move out, like low-key, high-key, but I had that desire, and I was drawn to her channel because of that. So I was like, God, I really have the desire to move out. And this was when COVID first hit, so everybody was inside, everybody was indoors. And even though I was with my family at that time, I was living in my family's house, I wanted to move out. So I was like, God, I really want to move out. Please help your girl out. So at that time, financially, I was okay. If I had moved out, I wouldn't have been in the space that I'm in now. I would have been able to have moved out, but I think I might have struggled a little bit if I had done it then. So I wrote in my journal my desire to move out, and I took it to God. And so firstly, before I make any decision, I try to pray about it. So I prayed and I was like, God, if it is your will for me to move out, please make it known. So after I prayed that prayer, I talked to my family about it. I talked to my parents, I talked to my brother, and they're like, nah, Michelle, I don't think you should move out. I don't want you to move out. COVID is so fresh and so new, so everybody's so scared. So they really wanted me home at that time. So I was like, okay, fine. My parents are not really with it. My brother's not really with it. Let me just keep praying about this. So one random day, I go to work, and I was a packing nurse at that time. I got floated to the ICU because I do have ICU background. So I floated to the ICU to work there and just help out with the overflow, with these COVID patients and all of that. So I was fairly new to the ICU, but I wasn't new to the hospital. So I go to work one day, and I'm sitting by my coworker who I recently met. I didn't really know him from Adam, this old African man, and we're sitting there. So we were charting, and then he opened his computer. He logged into Zillow on his computer, and I'm like, oh, these are some really nice houses. Are you moving out? He's like, no, I'm just looking at houses, da da da. And then all of a sudden, he turns and looks at me, and he says, do not move out. I was like, how you know I talked to God about moving out? And how do you know I have the desire to move out? How? Literally, that conversation was just so weird. So when he told me, do not move out, with this fatherly authority telling me not to move out, I was like, God, is this you? So I took that, guys, as my sign from God, because that conversation was just so odd. And for him to give me an answer that I've been praying in secret about, I was like, okay, this gotta be God. So I took that as a sign to not move out then. Once again, this is 2020. So I sat on that desire. COVID happened, 2021 happened. I was just going through a lot. And I'm actually grateful that I didn't move out at the time because I needed the support of my family and all of that. So 2021 came, I started travel nursing, money started flowing in or whatever. So I was like, okay, Michele, maybe you should move out. So I was like, nah, don't rush it. Don't rush the process. So January 2022, that strong desire to move out came again. And I was like, okay, Michele, like, you can do this. Why? What's holding you back? So I prayed to God again about this, and I just felt this peace, you guys, to move out. So I was like, okay, God, now that I have peace about this, I need to find an apartment. If you guys watched my apartment hunting video, I'm going to link it up here. I talk about my negotiables versus my non-negotiables. I was so specific because at this time in my life, like, I knew exactly what I wanted, and I asked God for that. First of all, like, you're going to have to ask. That's why I read the scripture in the beginning of this video, like, ask and it shall be given, like, if it's according to God's will, of course. But like, you have to ask, and you have to be specific with the things you're asking for, so that when it happens, you will know that, man, God, this is you. So I was so specific with what I wanted, and let me tell you guys exactly what I wanted. I wanted a lot of space. Even though it would be just me in my apartment, I wanted lots of space. So either like a 1-bedroom that was like really spacious, or a 2-bedroom. So space was like my non-negotiable. I also wanted a lot of light. I just wanted to feel light on me. Like, I just love sunlight. I love the daytime. So I just wanted a lot of light in my apartment. And I was like, okay, maybe like a floor to ceiling window might give me that. Even if I couldn't find a floor to ceiling window, like just any big window would work, right? So I wanted light. And then thirdly, I wanted white cabinets in my kitchen. I wanted that airy feel when I walked in my kitchen. I was like, I want white cabinets, white countertops. I just won't wait. Fourth thing I wanted was a standing shower. I was like, I want a standing shower. Like, I want that Amazon rainfall when I'm taking my shower. Like, I want a standing shower. Those were my non-negotiables. And the things that I put on my negotiables list, low-key, I wanted. So I'm just gonna consider all these my non-negotiables. I didn't really care for a balcony. I was like, if I got it, it would be a bonus, but like, it wasn't something that I had to have. Like, I wanted an apartment with great amenities. Like, I just wanted to love the gym. I wanted a nice recreational area. So I was like, okay, I want nice amenities. Pool was like on the non-negotiables list, but I would have lived either I had it or not. And basically that was like sort of the kinds of things that I wanted in my apartment. And let me tell you guys, I searched and searched and searched and searched. I looked over 10 places, guys, and this one would have this one wouldn't, this would have that, this one wouldn't. And I'm like, God, I'm tired. So I was this close to signing a lease to another place that I thought met what I was looking for, until something told me, Michele, just keep looking. So one random day, I was like, okay, I'm looking for this specific type of apartment, and this place that I'm currently in popped up. I got in my car, I came here, and the moment I walked in, I was like, this place is perfect. This place it literally checks off everything on my list. This is me. And I just cannot believe that I was able to find this place. Ooh, let's go back. I cannot believe that, like, God led me to this place, because it was the last thing on my list. I was really checking for it. I was like, okay, let me just go one more time. And it turned out to be the spot that I am absolutely in love with. So that is my story of how God blessed me with my dream apartment, you guys. I asked for it, I was intentional about it, and I waited and listened to his voice. I didn't just abruptly make this decision. I sat on this decision for about 2 whole years, you guys. So this is like, even though like it comes as a surprise to a lot of people, this is something that I've been wanting for a long time. And when the timing is right, the Lord literally makes it perfect. Like, I had so much peace, you guys. I had so much peace when it came to my apartment. So I just want to leave you guys with these 4 tips. Rule number 1, Trust God. I know it is so hard. I struggle till this day. Even though I'm sitting in my dream apartment, I still struggle with trusting God when it comes to certain things. I would encourage you guys to trust God. I would encourage myself to keep trusting God, because without faith, it is impossible to please Him. So how am I going to ask my Father for something if I don't think He's going to do it for me? Right? Trusting God looks like praying about what you want. And before you make that step, wait until you hear a clear voice. Wait until you hear His voice before you jump into it. Number 2 is to be specific. Be specific with your wants. Like, I knew exactly what I wanted. So when I walked into the different apartments that I saw, I was like, okay, this is not it. This is it. This might be it. This is not it. So just be specific with your list of the things you're looking for in your space. Number 3 is to be financially ready for this, because moving is expensive, okay? It's not just rent. It's like decorations and furniture and water bill and just parking. It's just a lot. It's just a lot that comes with this. So I want you guys to be financially prepared for this, because it is not cheap. It is not cheap, okay? It is not cheap. The 4th thing is to be patient, guys. God makes everything perfect in this time. I'm saying this to encourage myself, because I can be very impatient. Do not be impulsive. Like, really be patient. Pray until you hear that clear yes, and wait until you have that complete peace surrounding the decision you're making, and it will go well. It will go well. So far, I love living here. I love my apartment. It brings me so much joy. Like, as you can see, the sun is like beaming in my face, and I'm just so happy here. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it encourages you to really ask God for what you are looking for. Ask God for your dream apartment. Ask God for your dream job. Ask God for your dream car. Ask God for everything, because He is faithful. He is faithful. Psalm 34 verses 8, I believe, says, "Taste and see that the Lord is good." God is just so good. And if He's able to do it for me, once again, my sis, once again, He can do it for you, okay? Just continue praying, encouraging myself, Michelle, continue praying, and just wait on Him, But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.